What's up? What's up? How you doing? This is Mr. Opinionated coming to you on this lovely Sunday night in Chicago, Illinois. I come to talk to you about the topic of keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Now, we get ideas. We get things that just kind of we feel pop into our head. Could be an idea for a business, could be an idea for a product, could be a patent, could be a design. It could be anything. Some of us want to be business owners. Some of us want to be actors. Some of us want to be nurses. Some of us want to be doctors. Whatever you want to do, I come to you tonight to encourage you to pursue your dreams. I have a couple of things here. This is a book. Of course, what are the words on it? Dream. And a picture by Martin Luther King. And a picture of Martin Luther King. So, we need to keep dreaming. We need to keep actively pursuing those things that God has placed into our head. I don't believe that there are any ideas that are new. I just believe that God places these things inside of us in order for us to develop them and to grow them. I learned that from David Jenkins. I started out my 40th birthday a couple of months ago, and that's one of the things that he taught us. So there are things that God has placed inside of you that he wants you to develop and that he wants you to grow. Many of you know I do a lot of things. I feel sometimes like I'm Jamaican, and no shade to my Jamaican friends, but I always feel like I'm doing a ton of things. I have a ton of ideas about new initiatives that I can try, new businesses that I can try, and it's always been like that. I'm thinking maybe because I grew up in a family that embraced entrepreneurship, that embraced hustling and doing different things. So it's just inside of me to want to pursue something greater. Have a couple of props. This is the first camera that my mother bought me. I went to college at Robert Morris. I wanted to get into film and video, so I registered for classes at Columbia. I was going to be a filmmaker, and somewhere down the line, someone said, you know what? You probably should go to school for a real job. So I ended up at Robert Morris. They had a little photography program / business program, so I figured let me go to this. But my mom brought me this camera at the pawn shop. I'm not sure how much it was, but I needed a camera for the program. And this is kind of where I fell in love with photography. I fell in love with creating images and visions and visualizations. So have a dream of being a photographer. It's something that God gave me, something that I ran with. Of course, along the years, I had encouragement from friends. One in particular is Robin Stevens Ewing. She is my best bud who I've known since I was 14. One of our friends was getting married, and she was like, you can take the pictures for the wedding. I'm like, no, I don't want to take pictures for a wedding. Weddings are a hassle. And of course, I still say that. So if you ever ask me to do a wedding, I will quickly refer you to somebody who I believe can handle it and someone who loves to do it. So anyway, I took the pictures for the wedding. Pictures turned out good. You know, this is when we were using film. Of course, now everything is digital. So I took the pictures and I kind of fell in love with taking pictures. So this is one dream that God gave me. Started my company, McHenry Images. And you know, I had it for a couple of years. I'm taking pictures, I'm getting better, and I'm developing and meeting new people. So that was one of my dreams that God gave me. So what did I do? I actively pursued. I learned what I needed to learn. Of course, I'm not Annie Leibovitz or an outstanding photographer because it was kind of something that I did, something that I loved. I like to do it for the artistic flair, not so much to do it for the hustle of a job. But I love photography. It's one of my dreams that I pushed and that I pursued. Let's see what else I have down here. You can turn it around. This is another one of my businesses. One that you see me advertise and talk about all the time. Again, something that I don't think that I could have thought of on my own because I just don't think that I'm that smart. But I think God planted this idea in my head. my community was up in arms because there were shootings going on the block. So I was sitting on a balcony one day, and the idea popped into my head. You know what? We have to do some things. We have to encourage the youth to get involved. Because so many times we have, these older people out doing things, and we're pushing and prodding young people. But I said, you know what? In order for violence to stop, we're going to have to get young people involved. We're going to have to get them interested in their own rescue. So you can turn it around. Another one of those great ideas that I got from God that he gave me, that I had to push, that I had to grow, that I had to develop, that I had to water. And right now I can say that I am blessed with an outstanding board of directors that are helping me, that believe in the vision, and that are kind of going the same way as me. So this is another thing. This is another dream that I had that God gave me to develop. So again, keep pushing for your dreams. What else do I have down here? We know that I love to talk. Opinionated.com. Something else, of course. I was talking to my friend Robin, which I do a lot. That's maybe why you hear her name all the time. I like to talk. I like to help people. I like to take pictures. I like to support people in the many things that they do. So I figured, let me start a blog. Of course, it was not named Opinionated.com at first. It was called Just Say It. Because most of the time, I'm just saying stuff. I don't censor. I don't filter. I don't butter it up. I just say it. So that was the original name of Opinionated.com blog. It turned into Opinionated because I figured, a play on words. I don't mind talking about those things that people don't want to talk about because, there are those subjects that people just don't want to talk about. They try to sweep under the carpet. It's like the elephant in the room. They don't want to talk. So it's a play on words. OPEN. A lot of people, when I first talked about it, they were like, this is not how you spell opinionated. I said, duh, it's a play on words. I know. So this is another thing that God gave me. Another dream. Another vision for me to develop and to grow. So once again, keep dreaming. Whatever your dream is, whether it's being a photographer, whether it's being a blogger, whether it's being a model, whether it's being a business mogul, whatever God has given you, whatever you want to get good at, keep dreaming. Never stop dreaming. Times are going to get hard. People are not going to support you. People are not going to come to your shows. People are not going to buy your products. But if you keep dreaming, you keep going, you keep pushing, something is going to happen eventually. Most of the time we give up before the dream takes flight. That's nothing new either. I'm pretty sure that's something that I've heard in a seminar, something that I heard from a leader, something that I heard from a mentor, something that I've heard from somebody that was going through the same thing as I was going through. So keep dreaming, keep pushing, whatever it is. Let's see what else I have down here. Capture Love. Many of you have seen Capture Love, hashtag Capture Love. Of course, it did not start with a design, didn't even start with a little heart. It was just the words, Capture Love. Got this from being in Bible class. I believe the teacher was Brother Ron, and he was talking about a Christian love and how we as brothers and sisters in Christ should treat each other. How sometimes you have people sitting in the church and they really don't want to sit by each other. And he was basically talking about how we should love each other. So I was in the back kind of doing recording, video, audio, same thing that I do all the time. And I thought, you know what? I love pictures. Why don't we take pictures and hashtag them Capture Love? So that Sunday, I got a little piece of construction paper, wrote hashtag Capture Love. We started taking pictures around the church and posting them on social media. Once again, I don't think this is an idea that I got because, once again, I'm not that smart to think up things. I think that God puts these ideas into our head. So we started taking pictures, hashtagging, and I just started passing the concept on to my friends. Now, there is no original thought. There's nothing new under the sun. So after I started doing it a while, I noticed, you know what? Let me look up Capture Love. Let me, first of all, trademark it, incorporate it. So I started looking, found out that, nationally it was trademarked, but in Illinois, it wasn't. So I'm like, you know what? Let's Capture Love. So from just regular hashtag Capture Love, I added a heart, and then Javid kind of revamped this logo. So this is the new logo for Capture Love. Again, a dream, an idea, a notion. Diana says, you are very smart. I don't think I'm very smart. I think I'm creative. I think there's a difference between smart and creative. It's like if you throw some numbers like down for me and tell me to work out some equations, I get a mental block. I always struggle with math in elementary school, in high school, in college. So math is not my thing. So I think I'm very creative. I don't think I'm very smart. I think God is kind of drops these ideas in my head like he does everybody else. And we have the skill set to kind of make them come to life. What else we have? Drama Girls. Something else that popped into my head from God. That's kind of a spinoff or an initiative of You Can Turn It Around. Now, I actually had this idea for a long time. However, it was based on girls. So I figured, you know what? I can't have a girl group. I'm a guy. What do I know? Sure, I work in a school, but I cannot have a girl mentoring group. So one of my friends, my coworkers, Jory Greeby, met this wonderful lady named Tracy Walker. And, he said, you know what, you have to meet her. And he was telling her the same thing. You have to meet him. So we had the opportunity of meeting. We meshed well. I heard about her passion. I heard about her experience. And lo and behold, we were planning a Drama Girls launch event, and it came to be. Another thing with You Can Turn It Around, the anthem. The anthem that I was able to make with students, Gianni and Shaim, that all started from a poem. So this is the beauty of God, that something can start on paper and he aligns you with the people to make things happen. Those are dreams becoming a reality. So whatever you're doing, whatever you have a passion for, whatever you love, pursue it. Keep doing it. Keep investing. Is it going to take some money? Absolutely, because nothing is free. Is it going to take some elbow grease? Absolutely, because there's nothing that's worthwhile that isn't going to take some work. However, if you keep on pushing, if you keep on dreaming, if you keep on working, if you keep on networking, if you keep on meeting the right people, it will happen. It won't happen in the time that you will have, but it will happen in the time that is mature and that God has designated for it to flourish. Is everything that I'm doing spinning off out of control? Absolutely not. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to give up, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop, because I know that God has a vision for me. God has a vision for my life, and I need to continue on the path that he has set for me. Now, along this path, I need to do what I need to do to grow the business, but I also need to stay connected with him so that he can keep watering my dreams and that I can keep touching lives and helping people, which is what I like to do. When I was growing up, people asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I wanted to be a social worker. I wanted to help people. Again, someone told me, you know what? You're not going to make any money doing that. But I've always liked to help people. And lo and behold, what am I doing now? I've worked for the public school system for the last 14 years. And I do things that involve helping people, whether it's blogging, going to people's events, whether it's taking pictures, whether it's sharing an experience, whether it's supporting somebody in their own endeavor. I'm doing exactly what I said I wanted to do, which is to help people. So on that note, I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to encourage you to keep dreaming, whatever that is. As long as there is hope, there is possibility. This is Mr. Opinionated signing off this evening. I hope that you have a fantastic week. I'm on spring break this week, so I'm going to relax, but I'm going to keep dreaming and I'm going to keep working. Have a fantastic evening, and thank you for watching.